Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So welcome to the A Continuous Charity Application Training for 2016. It's a new application system, so make sure you watch this video. So you go to our homepage, acontinuouscharity.org, and you'll head over to the Apply tab and hit Apply Instructions. And from there, obviously, we'll have some minimum requirements for all of our applicants. It'll have collect documents section, which you're going to need 2 letters of recommendation, financial statements, which are below, and account transcript. So basically, when you hit this tab, it's going to take you to a different page, which it should take you to, hold on, let's just actually hit the tab. So it's going to take you to this page here, and then you're going to hit this button here. And then it'll take you to this page, and you're going to basically input your information, and it's going to take you to another page which is going to ask you for your account transcript or some other type of transcript, but again, you want your account transcript. And what's important to notice is it does take 7 to 14 days for the letter to actually get there. I did it myself, and it took, I think, actually about 10 to 14 days to get to my house. So apply early. So if you're going to apply at the last minute, just make sure you do this ahead of time because it's going to take a while to get there. Financial documents, which basically depend on your financial status with the IRS. Are you dependent on your parents? Are you married and independent? Are you single and independent? And you'll fill out those respectively. And then you'll basically scroll all the way down, obviously keep reading, and then you'll have our link to our application page. So we'll go ahead and click that. So it'll take you to an ACC 2016 application page, or it'll give you some, again, our basic information or requirements. Then we'll hit apply. For those who are new. So for those who are new, you're going to basically input all this information here, your email address, which you'll use to log in. You'll create a password and then hit submit. Obviously, I've already signed in, so let's go ahead and sign in with what I have here. So then I'll take you to the home page for the application. And it took me here, actually, because I've already filled out the application, and this is the last and final step for me. So I'll go ahead and hit the demographics page because that's the first part of the application. And then it'll take you obviously to this page. You'll put your first name, your date of birth. It's actually easier to just type in the date of birth than it is to actually scroll through each month and by each year. That will take forever. Then your age, phone number, basic information. What's important here is a personal statement. So you'll notice a theme throughout this application that a little gray box will appear everywhere we want you to have additional information. So basically the personal statement, we want you to discuss why you think you deserve this loan. So we'll just put in some information there. Again, there is a maximum word limit of 500 words. So be careful of what you guys want to include and what you don't want to include. Then there's upload a government ID, which is obviously like a driver's license or a passport. And then there's a school ID, which you'll upload here as well. Then you're going to put your email twice and just make sure they match. We'll go to next. And that'll take you to the educational merit page. And it's fairly straightforward. You're just going to put in your GPA. You're going to put where you went to school, the years, and the degree that you received. And again, if you notice, the gray box will appear. And it'll tell you exactly how we want it. The format will be name of school, years attended, and then obviously the degree earned. So a UCSD, 2002 to 2006, and you got a bachelor's in arts and history, for instance. And if you're currently in that degree, you can just denote that by putting current. Then you go to your test scores, and obviously if you went to school maybe 5-10 years ago, you're not going to remember. So then you can actually just put you can put not, I don't remember, or something of that nature. You can put your academic awards, and again, the format is here. You can write down some scholarships that you've gotten, and again, there's format here. And then basically this loan will be used for the following degree. And basically what that means is the money that you're asking for, which degree are you going to use it for? Is it a current degree or is it a degree that's completed? And in fact, what is that degree? We'll hit next, and that'll take us to the community activism page. And again, most of this application is fairly straightforward. So if you do have any questions, you can always email us at secretary@acontinuouscharity.org. So the community activism page, basically, here's what's important in this section is the format. Basically, for instance, the organization name, your role, years held, hours per month, description of basically what you did there, and a contact person, just so we can actually reach out to that person if we had any reason to do that. And you'll see here, basically, I was a volunteer for Islamic Relief. I worked there for 2 years, 3 hours per month, and I basically listed what I did there, and this is a contact that you want to let us know about. And volunteer activities, I just copied and pasted the same thing, but obviously they're two different things. This should probably be under their volunteer activities. Well, if you actually held a position of leadership, then you should probably put that there and exactly what you did. So I'll go to the next, and that'll take you to the personal and financial information page. And basically, again, it's very straightforward. I'll have a lot of gray boxes that'll pop up and tell you exactly what we want. So your total educational subsidized loans, you have total educational non-subsidized loans. Basically, this is money that's been loaned to you by friends and family to go to school, and then you have also like other non-educational debt, for instance, a house, a car, etc. Your personal income, your total family income, which does not include your income. So if that's your parents, if you're dependent on them, or your wife, if you're married. Obviously, the amount you're requesting for that calendar year, for so 2016, how much funds are you going to require? That goes there. If there's other information, like more funds that you'll need, you can put that in the additional information box, which will be below. Then you'll go to the types of loan. We do offer 2 types of loan. One is a student loan for someone who's in school and needs money for the following year, versus a refinancing of the loan, which is someone who's graduated and working and wants to convert their interest-based loan into an interest-free loan. Then you put your job. Obviously, describe your debt. Basically, there's no word limit, but you just let us know what you think about. But for instance, I put this is all undergraduate debt versus graduate debt versus medical school debt versus law school debt, whatever it might be. Just you can write that there. And again, here's the additional information. Basically, whatever else you want us to know. For instance, in this situation, I was in debt. My father was supporting me, but he passed away, and then I was able to find anybody to help. Anything that you'll be able to explain your situation, you can put it there. And you hit next, and that'll take you to the Islamic Scholarship section. And that section, again, self-explanatory, but basically you want to know what you are doing to get closer to Allah, His messenger, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and so on. So, for instance, your Islamic credentials, you've memorized the whole Quran, half the Quran, one surah, whatever it might be. Put it there. You've attended the following weekend courses, regardless of whoever the organization is, just put the name and the dates that were attended. For instance, you're learning Arabic with the Bayna Access program, whatever it might be, just list it there. Then you're going to have to write a short explanation on the importance of gaining knowledge. Obviously, gaining knowledge is important. It's probably not sufficient for this portion, but again, there's no word limit, so write whatever you need. Then write a short explanation of interest in Islam. Here I put interest is haram, but again, you probably want to add a little bit more information. So we'll hit next, and that'll take us to the document section. I've already uploaded most of my documents, but basically you're going to have a letter of recommendation 1, letter of recommendation 2, again the financial statement, again that's available on the application instructions tab, and then your account transcript, which you'll get from the IRS, which again, these dark gray boxes, remember it takes 7 to 14 days to get this letter, okay? So let me just go ahead and attach that so we can continue. So I've attached that. With regards to your letter of recommendation, there are a lot of letter writers who will not want you to read their recommendation. So what you can do is have them email secretary@aidcontinuouscharity.org, the recommendation letter, and then you can just upload a blank document, a Word document that says, my letter writer is so-and-so, and he's promised to send this letter by March 31st. And it's your job to make sure that they send us the letter. And if we don't get the letter, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to contact them because obviously we don't know who they are. And, so that's going to be your responsibility to make sure they send these letters. So that's letter recommendation 1 and 2. Basically, then there's obviously the all-important save button here. So alhamdulillah, this year it's going to be a lot better than last year because this is a pretty legitimate application process that we have. But if you are finished, obviously you can come over here and hit the submit tab. And I'm not going to do that, or the submit button. But let's say I'm going to hit the save button, and basically it's going to allow me to save the application so I can come back later. So you can log out, and then maybe a month later or 2 weeks later, however long, you'll come back, and then you'll just input the same email address and application ID, and that way you will be able to go back to and access your information. And okay, perfect. So it's here. So basically here's the application. The status is incomplete because I didn't submit it. It'll just mention the deadline. your application ID, and the last date that I modified the application. And that's basically about it, guys. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us at secretary@acontinuouscharity.org. And we ask Allah to make your education easy, beneficial for you, your family, and the rest of the surrounding community. Jazakallahu khairan. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.